Welcome back, it's Zion from Uke on Demand, and this week we are going to be teaching Are You Lonesome Tonight? In this tutorial we'll go over the first section of the song, but you can get the rest of the lesson and all the tabs at ukeondemand.com. Now this arrangement works with both high G and low G ukulele, so it doesn't really matter which one you have. So this first bar, I'll play through it first so you can hear how it goes, will sound like this. We'll pause there and we'll teach that section first. So to begin, we've got those two notes, are you, under the words are you, which was just picking the E string, open E, to 3rd fret E, and fall back into a C chord, which is just ring finger on the 3rd fret of A. And then from there, drop down to the 2nd fret of A, and just pick it by itself. Put your ring finger back, pick 3rd fret A, and then move it back to the 2nd fret of A, and we're going to strum this chord. This is a C major 7. And then we're going to go back to the E string and pick it once, to the 3rd fret E, and back to a C major 7, open A string, 2nd fret A, into an A minor, which is the 2nd fret of the G. Alright, before we hit those last two notes at the end of this bar, let's go back to the beginning and play this section together very slowly since you just learned it. And in case you were wondering, why are we using the 3rd fret of E instead of the open G, which is the same note? If you're in a high G, you can absolutely go ahead and do that. You can substitute anytime you see a 3rd fret of E for an open G. That's totally fine. However, it says 3rd fret of E on the arrangement in case you have a low G ukulele, because if you were to substitute that with the open G string, because it's an octave lower, it would sound wrong. And so that's why it's there, just so it's compatible with both types of tuning. Alright, so hitting those last two notes at the end of the bar, just open E to 3rd fret, which launches us into the 2nd bar, which will sound like this, played slowly. And to do that little section right there, we're going to start by strumming open strings. It's the easiest chord you'll learn. This is called a C6, also known as an A minor 7. And then, after you do that, you can just pick 3rd fret E. And here, this is one of those examples. If you're in a high G ukulele, you could just replace that with the open G string. Either way, moving on, we're going to pick open A string now. And then we're going to have our index finger on the 1st fret of C and our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E. And we're going to strum just the top 3 strings, not the A string, just the G, C, and E strings. And once we've done that, our middle finger will just come along next to our index finger and pick the 1st fret of E. Then pick open E, and then we're going to go into a D minor, and that's just going to look like this. It's going to have your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, ring finger right behind it on the 2nd fret of the C string, and then your index finger on the 1st fret of the E string. and we'll just have the open A, and you strum that once. If you're having a little trouble with this chord, you can think of it as your like an F chord, and you fill in the middle. So you're probably familiar with your F chord shape, which is 2nd fret G, index on 1st fret E. And it's that basic shape, except you're going to fill in the middle. You're going to have the ring finger on the 2nd fret of the C as well. Let's go ahead and put that little section together very slowly, since you just learned it, starting with the open strings. And that's how to play the intro to Aren't You Lonesome Tonight. To get the rest of the lesson and all the tabs, head over to ukeondemand.com and subscribe below so you don't miss out on our upcoming fingerstyle tutorials. We'll see you next time.